like to welcome us back to the gorgeous Prince George's because we have just gotten off the road from the fabulous trip to New York City.
New York City.
Today, I will be one of your hosts. My name is Damali.
And my name is Baraka. I am coming from Indiana, but I'm originally from the D.C. area, so I'm glad to be home with my beautiful family and friends.
Yay.
Friend.
Oh, not friends, singular. Okay, we're starting off.
Okay, let me take a sip.
So
people aren't necessarily familiar with you. What's your relationship? How do you know one, two, and three?
I don't know, y'all. So, of course, I am your younger and more beautiful sister. I've known you since birth, and I've known you forever. I think like maybe since we were 11, best friends.
And an original bad girl.
Yes, original bad BAD. And yeah. You
just met him? No. So there was a story that was told to me recently.
So I met Nigel. So me and Kareem went to Bowie State, BSU, Bowie State University, and his sister went to Bowie, and Kareem took me over their house and they introduced me to Nigel, but he was too bougie, bad and bougie. So he basically, I think you came out and you may have said, hey, and went back in your room because you were busy.
Damn, bro.
Mind you, I was like 14, 15 at this time.
He just discovered Pornhub.
So that was like the first time. I was going to say he was probably doing something inappropriate in his room, but
I think that's fair that she should give you the age context because I'm like, you acting like this at this age? But no, I didn't know you were 14 and 15, so now I know.
Yeah, this was a while back. So that was my first time meeting him, and then reconnected on this trip, and it's been love-hate relationship.
She was my friend until after he started eating chicken.
Oh, I'm glad you can't show that picture. So.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Well, so I guess let's talk about why we were in New York. Since Thursday of this week, we went up there to attend an event called ScentXplore. And I love the fact that today we're actually going to talk about some of the scents that we purchased from there and that we really liked from there. But before we kind of go into the scents, I want to get, what was your overall take of the event? Would you go back? What was some of I'm not good or bad takeaways.
So this is my first event. I thought it was a good place to network, and overall I would go back, but of course there is room for improvement. We talked about that mainly with the logistics, but overall I think it was a good networking opportunity and we learned a lot. So I really enjoyed it.
I liked the event. It was a good time to put faces, like people that you see on social media, to actually see them in real life, to connect with them, talk to them. It's too many names for me to even shout out, but to be able to hug people, take pictures with them. Some people that I've seen on YouTube that I just stopped and was like, hey, what's up? They shaking your hand. Nigel was there. They down to earth people, right? Like still, no matter how successful they've become or whatever, still reaching out, looking to help somebody else.
For me, one of the biggest takeaways was, and it was the first day we got there, and we were walking, and then a guy tapped us. It was like, "Hey, I follow y'all. I like y'all. Like your content," and it was like, we're down here in DMV, and a lot of times, the only people we know, our friends and stuff that are watching it, but to know someone I've never met in my life, to know that they're actually watching the content, and then it kept happening throughout the whole trip.
That was nice.
And then reconnecting with them, it was like, man, a similar area, similar places, starting to make connections. And then it gave value and validity to this process that we've been doing over the past, Kareem's dream process, his vision for the program, and then as it grew over the last year and a month or so with me on the team with this. And I'm just happy to be a part of it, and I'm looking forward to it again. Like you said, the logistics was I went in expecting one thing and got something else, but speaking to people that were there previous years, they said other years where it was set up differently. So so this first year going in for me was more of okay, let me observe the environment, because I wanted to go there and capture content, interview people, but I feel like I was ill prepared for that. But it gave me an eye-opening experience that I needed. to better prepare me for next year and just to give me better directions for the next year as we go down this journey.
So it sounds like you are going back next year,
Yes.
or would entertain it.
Yes, I would.
Okay. We were talking when you started off, but you skipped like one of the most important parts of the trip was how we supposed to leave on time, and somebody wasn't available. You know, I'm gonna always bring something crazy up.
I love the fact that you were bringing this up, but can I say, by me sleeping in later, we avoided snow, sleet, rain. We had a sunny trip up there. We still made it in good time. I mean, I don't know what.
I mean,
How would anybody know if we avoided it when they was asleep?
yeah, trust me.
You know,
I let the Lord take the wheel. Look,
I would have heard it. I would have heard it.
no,
I would have heard it.
no, you wouldn't have seen it.
But maybe not. But it was dry.
Yeah.
You know, so
Nigel got us there safe.
Nigel,
yeah.
yes. Nigel got us there safely. You know, I really
That's what
appreciate that.
matters.
And Kareem got us back safely. So I
Yes.
appreciate that.
Thank
Also,
you.
shout out to that Golden Corral that we found.
Elton, Maryland.
I had to. We had to use the. Baraka said she had to use the bathroom.
Oh, me.
Dang, he sold you out.
You
Damn.
know what? I got you. And I thought I was doing a good thing. We walked into this gas station for Golden Corral. First, there was a line to go into the Golden Corral at a gas
Ain't
station.
it always a line to go in Golden Corral?
Not-
there.
not in the gas
there. Not there.
Or at least I don't think. I don't know.
This had to be
It's like the club.
the first Golden Corral to ever hit Maryland state line. You know, it was.
Yeah, it was right.
The sign didn't even look like the normal
Then
Golden
I never
Corral
saw
sign.
that sign. I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know this was a thing. Pink and white.
We were talking about ScentXplore. What would be something that you would improve?
Coat check.
Okay, what about you?
Wait, coat check in December in New York.
Fair
Thank
enough. Like that's a given. I think the website. I think in terms of logistics, and they could have played around with like some app things that it could have helped with how people kind of moved within the space.
Okay,
So
that's fair.
The one thing I picked up was I got to a point where I was just tired of bumping into people.
Oh my goodness, the crowd.
And it became actually an annoyance, not with the event, but with just people on little levels. Because some people just rude, just in general. But I would have much rather had like more intimate spaces so each brand can have their own interpretation on how they want to set up a booth. You can be more one-on-one, more personal. You're not trying to pull people in from the person, the other fragrances next to you, and it gave a more personal approach. I think that's the only thing I think I missed
It
was
was
more
crowded.
personable because it was just so close. You're at this booth, at that.
It wasn't
booth.
open.
Yeah.
Space.
I mean, but also they might a bigger venue,
Maybe
but
like
they-
a convention center. More.
Yeah.
Those
you
are
talked
more.
about that.
Yeah,
I think you
those
would
are
need more people. I think you need more people.
More
though,
people,
to
yeah.
to
Like in
host
terms of
on a space that
But they
size.
have different size, don't they?
they do. Convention centers do have different sizes. You don't have to rent out the entire
along those
thing.
lines. Maybe not a convention center, but that didn't look like a space for that many people. That was a lot of people.
It's a New York setting. I think they chose it because of the New York setting. Because
But it was just so crowded and tight, and we can barely get up. That was the whole
Talking
point.
to
You
the
get
mic.
up to the counter, and that was the hard part. We could barely even get up to the counters to smell the scents. So anyway,
So Kareem, what's one thing for you?
So, and this could be a segue into Nigel's fragrance, but when we went to the Elemental event, more small, intimate space, had a DJ. They were kind of passing out drinks, had little finger foods. Because the space was confined, we kind of were forced to network with other people and just connect. So every time you would kind of bump into somebody, it was like, "Hey, how you doing? What are you doing here?" I would like to see more of that, where maybe each brand had like a room or something in a place where you could go in.
How expensive would that be? Like, so the Rio brand, they definitely had, they had wrapped the walls.
Yeah, they had a
had
huge
the
space,
floor.
yeah.
Juliet had a gun. We missed that one.
That's another thing. Like, there were actually brands that I wanted to smell and never found them. Didn't know where they were. But I don't know if every brand can provide that type of experience. So I think you have to have almost kind of like a little bit of both. Like everyone can afford to wrap a wall in a floor. You know what I'm saying?
That was nice.
Everyone can afford even maybe the elemental type of setup. So I think you have space where you can offer people that who can do it. And then, you also have kind of like, because I thought they were kind of creative in how they did it. The Brazilian brand, it was 5 fragrances in one booth.
Yeah.
Like they're sharing it
that
because
whole
it's
section
like
was Brazilian niche. Yeah.
That was I actually enjoyed that area because it was more personable, off in that little corner. They weren't bombarded with all because they were in the corner, so everybody was more centralized outward. And that side of it just was a more personal experience with those brands. Even if I did end up liking one brand that I couldn't purchase because all their stuff was still in Brazil, but it still was a better overall experience just with the more one-on-one. I had more personal time. I had more one-on-one time.
Okay.
Let me ask you all this. What is a takeaway that you have from our experience on the trip with each other? Like, what's one thing that you would take away from Damali, from me, from Nigel? Deandra is in here. Shout out to her.
A takeaway for each one of you?
Yeah. And you don't have to start first.
Yeah.
Someone else can if they want.
I mean, I found out Kareem's the baddest bitch.
Yeah, I would agree with that as my takeaway.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just, what I appreciated about us, how we kind of moved together when we were at the event, but then also just kind of how we were out here. Like, I think everybody had each other's backs. Like, we were all kind of like looking out for each other, taking care of each other. We had a lot of fun times here. Like, I laughed a lot on this trip. And Nigel, you and I are probably the newer of the friends, in terms. But I feel like when I'm around you, I feel like I've known you for a really long time. And we and you joke with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a good time. So, that was my...
Nigel, I think you made sure the bill was taken care of. So I love that about you. Damali, you were leading the effort and our walk, and you're always in the lead and making sure we get to where we need to get to in 20 minutes, walking New York blocks. And Kareem, you are the level-headed one who kind of makes us, yes, Nigel, don't look at me like that. He is the chill one, the stays with the jokes, keeps us entertained. You can't say he doesn't.
I'm just the level-head part.
He is. He's the level-headed. And I'm not saying that just because he's my brother. He is. So.
Shout out to you. So, I would say that this trip was kind of cool because I don't really get to see my sister that often. So we kind of got to connect and talk about some stuff. It's amazing what a couple of old fashions will start having you talk about.
And French 75s.
And French 75s. Nigel, I've never been on a trip with you. So it's interesting to see how you maneuver in the world in New York City. I was thinking you weren't big enough for New York, but now New York wasn't big enough for you. With his lemon pepper steppers. And Dominique, I did not realize you walk that fast. I didn't. The shortest person, but you walk the fastest.
I mean, everybody knows you go out with me one time. Like, it doesn't appear that I'm walking fast, but I'm out. Like, I'm always, like, I always have to tell people, you literally will have to tell me, slow down. My natural pace is go.
Go ahead. I was just going to say that, and my takeaway for Deandra is that she's not a diva. Okay, so
you messing with fire. Bro.
I know.
We're going to see that comment section.
This is definitely going to come back to Hannah.
What about her? What about her video?
Oh my!
You have to put that up.
I'm gonna have to. No. She might get mad at us. Yeah. Go ahead.
Fire.
This is the first time I actually got to see you operate with your sister, like your real sibling, and it was just it was very welcoming. Very like, hey, I know they're connected. I know they're very similar. Like, you're the nice one, he's the nasty one.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad you know.
You didn't say that when you rolled the seat back on her.
Look, my back still hurt right now.
Right, got comfortable.
For Kareem, the biggest takeaway, because Kareem is a very person kind of similar to me. I don't like our stuff getting celebrated and stuff like that, and that we tried to surprise him.
We surprised
Yeah,
him.
we did. I
I'm calling
don't care
BS
what
on
it
him
is.
thinking he knew.
So that was a good thing to be around, to see the people, the family, because Johnny and your other cousin came up. That was just a great experience. Then we met the other couple that was there, the married couple.
Emmanuel, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, very nice people. Very nice people.
Even though she hogs the hookah. I told her I was gonna say, look, I tapped her twice. She doesn't
I'm
respond.
so sorry.
She doesn't respond to touch. You guys
She
like,
was
hey,
in her world. Okay,
Yeah.
she was enjoying herself. In her world.
Be glad you don't smoke with Jay, because she believes that everybody should have their own hookah
She
and
believe
you
in
don't
not
share.
sharing.
with you. It's like, nah. This was our very first time. I started playing spades together, being out of town together, all of us. But being around you, it just like your personality just shined for me. You know what I'm saying? And I just enjoyed your presence. It just felt like warm. You felt like a sister to me. So it just like I felt the energy. We get along perfectly. And the last chicken eater over here, she's like a mother. She's like a mother figure until she turns
So
nasty.
my crackers and apples.
Yes. I ain't gonna eat. I'm gonna eat my little crackers. Y'all good? Like, shut up. Eat this food. But yeah, it was just a pleasure. I felt this is probably one of the funnest weeks out I've had in a while. And yes, me around people, y'all got to see me in the element. I love speaking to people, networking. And I think y'all got to see that out there today. I'm like, I'll just operate and move on my own, and I'll just move between how the wind is blowing. I'm there. And this is how I like to act when I'm out.
Yeah, it was a good
Nice. It was a great time.
Go ahead.
I love that we were going to start talking and then you kind of chimed in.
Oh, so I mean, I got so many questions that I wrote down here. What is something that you learned after going to ScentXplore?
For me, I have a lot of growth to actually. I need to do more research on the fragrances I'm falling in love with, because I found lately that I dove into was a lot more oud that really captures me. Even like I bought a oud fragrance, and the one I couldn't buy, I'm ordering online.
Absolutely.
Like so now I'm more in love with ouds more than anything at this point.
More than vanilla?
Yes.
Listen to you. What about you? What's something that you learned? What's a takeaway from the event?
I don't know. Come back to me.
Okay.
I think mine was stepping outside of my comfort zone, especially with that last fragrance we just looked up. And just not just sticking to my usual roses and gourmands and just trying other notes and different fragrances. I think that was, nice.
Interesting.
I got it. I'm not a gourmand fragrance person.
Yeah.
I
That's what I have mostly of.
yeah, I like everyone that I smell. I was just like, no. Another thing, I can't say that I learned from this event, but one of the things that I noticed, another one of our my friends joined us in New York, and she kept asking people, what are your female fragrances? What are your male fragrances? And one thing I have noticed is that a lot of people are starting to do unisex only. Like they're not doing the distinction.
Right.
Because she kept like, well, I mean, I wanted, and it was just like, yeah, nobody's really doing that. I noticed that about a lot of fragrance houses. So,
why is that? Do you think it's because rather than only marketing the men and making $100, you can market to both and get $200 perhaps?
And the times.
And the
just
times.
where we are
I think
now.
it's the times. I think it's just how people
Neutral
are.
stuff.
Because I mean, technically, jazz club used to be considered masculine.
I love jazz club.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it is very much considered a unisex fragrance now. I think
We make it what we
the
want.
way people are moving, like, it's just different
make it
now.
what you want.
You would be stifling yourself to limit it only to one. And I do think when you do have male or female, I tend to think people just go to that, even though I think they are male fragrances that I would wear. Because I will say that Carlisle at Parfums de Marly, I would absolutely wear that. But I think that is actually a male fragrance.
I
But
can see you wearing a lot of their, I guess, male fragrances. Obviously, Altair. I think you like that one that Nigel had.
That's nice.
I have Harriet. I don't know if you smelled that Leighton, Pegasus.
Leighton
I'm gonna have to go
nice.
get those
Yeah,
and let you
Leighton
smell
nice.
them. But I could see all of you wearing all of those.
I like those.
They had a very nice display in the front too. They had also had a VR set that I actually sat and experienced, and it was kind of pretty dope. They said that they only launched it here in like 2 other locations that they're doing that, so they're still working on it. So you have more of an experience. It was, you can tell they put money behind their brand, obviously.
as they should.
They're a popular
It's
brand,
expensive
too.
enough.
They're popular.
What's a regret that you have?
I didn't buy the golden oud elixir the
The
first
day
day.
one.
So both of you all are
Yeah,
there.
We both are there.
Yeah,
I don't think
they-
that's yours. But
Yours
go
is
ahead.
the president one.
Yeah, you should have got your bottle size.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that's ultimately my biggest one. I bought perfumes to Marley on the second day of the event. And the third day when I walk in, I see the guy that I was talking to, and he was so friendly. And I'm like, hey. And we're just chatting it up. And of course, he's trying to sell me something else. And then this guy walks up to me and was like, oh, and this is the president of Perfumes de Marley. And I was like, oh.
You
I
literally
didn't even
introduced
take
us to him.
I
last
did.
week.
I didn't
Like
even
y'all
take
have
a
been best
picture with
friends.
him. I'm like, hey guys, because of course I got there before anybody else did. So I'm like,
Hold on,
hey,
why?
because the way
stepper.
that my step worked,
Her stepper.
I'm stepping in the name of love.
Partially, but also because we had to check Nigel on his videotaping of people.
I think mine would be the dress code because I probably would have had a little bit more comfortable shoes, especially knowing people were not dressed up necessarily. Some people were, but I probably would have worn my New Balance.
Would you have wore your red Timbs?
Yes.
No.
No one told you like you was an Amish walking around with clogs on your feet. Like,
No.
My regret would be we didn't get more creative with that ScentXplore box when we were taking pictures. Damali did.
Oh, my God.
And Tia.
Tia.
Yeah.
did good. I like her shot.
Hold on, but y'all just sitting in there?
Yeah, we were just sitting there like
That was a
our
seat
feet was
for
hurt.
us.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
the one thing I would do differently next year, though, how I would capture content and how I would go approaching doing it. That side, and then I would be more I would have to force myself to be more direct with the fragrancers there, the actual because I kind of avoided that just because that just wasn't in my lane. Because I feel like I can't speak to a level that they're on because I know so that's points I kind of pulled myself back. I was reserved because I felt like I was not as prepared
I
in the
feel like
conversation.
you come with prepared questions, and then you kind of stick with that.
Yeah,
But
I
the
didn't
one
have that.
thing I know, but the one thing I did like what you talked about earlier is that you mentioned from the way that you wanted to take it was not interviewing the people, the perfumers, but was actually interviewing the people in the setting, people who were getting the experience. And I actually thought that was a good take.
We talked to some people,
I
too.
thought that was a good take on maybe, a way of doing the content. Maybe it's not the perfumers you want to talk to, or maybe you only ask questions of the ones that you really enjoyed. Because I don't think everyone, there's certain people after smelling 2 or 3, we were like, this is a hard no. And so,
You know which one surprised me because we don't really hear a lot about is the Japanese fragrance counter.
So what's interesting about that is I saw some people post today that weren't even there, that was their fragrance of the day.
really?
Wow.
Yes. And I was like, wait, I've never even heard of this brand until I
telling
went
you.
there. And now you see people posting about it. I was kind of thinking about this, where this is going in terms of like the fragrance world. And I think the objective is going to be where, and this is my take on it, where everybody isn't rushing out to get the popular brand. Everybody's going to try to find that
Something
that
different.
hidden gem.
Yes.
Everybody's trying to find something off the path that smells good, that nothing
and I like
resembles.
that about this event because you got to meet some of those off the beaten path.
I mean, but I think you're right. And especially as these are becoming more popular, especially when it comes to the designer fragrances. people are just buying it and buy it, right?
Yeah.
And I also think when it comes to that, like, I don't want to smell like everyone else. Even though I know when I wear a fragrance, my own body chemistry, it may not smell like, it smells on you, but everybody tends to gravitate towards the same types of things. And especially in the world of TikTok and Instagram and all of the other ones, Twitter, all of this other crap, X, whatever.
This other crap.
Yeah, but I'm like, people are like flooding with content. So people have more access. So I think you're right.
It's
people
just
are starting to
introducing
go
them to
to the
new
lower
things.
brands, not lower brands. The brands that may
The more
only
independent.
the independent
Yeah.
that may
Yeah.
only do 100 bottles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That they're going to limit the amount of people who can have it.
Yeah.
And I do think that's
And
where
the
it's
cost
going.
too. Cost is another thing. 'Cause this is not typically when they do those social media things. I have a few here we're going to talk about, but they're $20, $30, $40. People buy them as gifts. Layer them. Thank you. Me and my mic. So they're just affordable, but I think you're right. If we can, introduce people to some new things, just broaden their horizon.
Yeah.
The last thing before we jump into the fragrances, this was my first like real major event to go to for fragrances, and the assortment of people.
The types
They don't even look like they're supposed to be in the same room.
That's
Because you saw every imaginable thing you could think, and if you didn't think it was possible in that room. That was an eye opening experience for me, because I'm like, I know people who love fragrances, but some people who walked in there, I wouldn't even think they'd be buying these fragrances, but they'd be the biggest spenders, and I'm like, you don't even look like you need to be wearing this.
Yeah.
But smelling amazing. Then we're not gonna talk about who the individual is, but there was a brand there that we first got there, and we was like, this is not what it is. And then we saw that afternoon someone boasting about the brand, and I was like,
Yeah.
this can't be real. This don't even make sense to me. Like, nothing about this. I mean, it just
Smelled the whole collection and wasn't impressed with anything. But I saw several people hyping up some of the fragrances, and I was like,
Y'all may have a different nose.
Yeah. And that's what I'm hoping that it is, more than anything else. Like, people not being genuine or whatever. Another takeaway for me is the new flex is getting the president, the owner, to sign your bottle.
Yeah.
Like, I almost just don't even want to have a fragrance anymore
Without
that
the signature
doesn't
on
have a
it.
signature on it.
Yeah.
Does it matter if it was like close to?
If you bought it a day before, if you had it a
I
day
had the
before.
opportunity and didn't realize what was happening, but then was just so caught up, didn't even realize, I could have got a picture with them too.
if they would've
He
said
sat
that you
there and
just
stood
bought
there
it
and
that
talked to me
day.
for a minute. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah. And then I was like, hold on, what just happened here? Like, you missed that opportunity. I'm like, I'm introducing myself to him, like, this is who I am. And I'm like, girl, that's the president, Jesus. So that was my biggest regret.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and talk about what you brought on today?
So mine are not from the event, but I will talk about them. I got a few of them since I'm not usually on the podcast. So we will start with popular K. Ali. Everybody knows about K. Ali. This is actually a 2-part wedding collection, but I only bought one part, which is one of the popular ones, the wedding.
We just talked about these
So
too.
Santa, and it smells pretty good. My assistant Nigel may have to look up the notes.
it's on the back of the bottle.
Oh, it does. Oh, they do. They have it on the back of the bottle.
Ooh, look
job.
at this.
Look at
this.
Look at him,
Sparkling
assistant.
champagne, white freesia, pink praline, lush nectar, sandalwood, and sugared musk. So we're gonna.
Do you like all of those notes? Because I remember
Shush.
you telling me you don't like musk, and everything you bring on has musk in it.
This is nice,
Yeah, Jessica and Twina were just talking about this, and
I like it.
and it comes. I mean, there's another one.
there's a male one
I
I'm
like
talking
it.
about. And that's
It's the velvet Santa.
Where does this rank in your
is-
collection?
Like, as in number
This is
Yeah,
really nice.
like is
Really?
this
I-
is this?
yeah,
It's like going out
it's
type
gourmet-
thing. I
it's
don't usually wear it
gourmand, but
often. It's,
it's-
probably
that's
1 out of 10.
If there's a
probably
vanilla
like a
for me,
7.
it's in there.
Yeah. So I like this one. I think this is more like going out type.
No, I meant like
We
I
know you
meant
don't like it.
I meant when I was asking you like
Now,
with this is this like like top 3 out of
No,
the bottles that you own?
I just brought a few of them I like, just
Okay.
different ones I wanted to share with y'all. This is
Okay.
not top. You know, my top is deleted.
Yet you didn't bring it.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you don't play that.
No, we
But you
have
let your
to
daughter
plan
spray it and wear it.
We have to plan it where we bring both of ours, and then they can
Yes.
show
Oh, yeah,
it,
layer it, 'cause he
layering
told
it,
us
because
to layer
it was
it.
actually a really good
You know
pair.
the other thing I learned about y'all, your daughter is him reincarnated in a
Yes.
child, and it's hilarious.
Yes.
She's really
I'm
not.
gonna bring them together.
She's really not.
See.
It is hilarious because she was, what she say, my bald headed uncle or whatever she said in the text message.
So this is one that I actually got off Amazon, and they said this is popular. It's by Le Mode Gourmand Chai. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Epis.
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay.
It smells good
And you came across this how?
on Amazon.
On Amazon?
Because I do Amazon affiliate.
Okay.
stuff,
What about
so.
Kay Ali? How'd you come across that?
Just trying out different things, and I, heard about that one, so I went on there, Kayali, and this is one of the most popular ones. So I said, let me try it.
Do you
But I
send
did
a
it.
pie?
I did it with the samples. I was doing.
That's what I was
samples.
gonna ask
and
you. I
I
was
tried
like,
it
did
'cause I
you
think I
just-
had brought it on before.
It's like
Okay.
nutmeg, caramel, like a spice
And this
to
is
it.
like, I
It's-
think their bottles are like $25, and it's a eau de parfum.
or it's like a mix of oatmeal cookie almost.
I mean,
To
I'm
me.
hoping
And it's
it's
really
gonna have
popular.
some chai.
These are
up
like
in this drink.
gourmand.
That smells,
type.
that smells like it
the-
has chai in it.
Yeah, that's the. I feel like
You smell
the
it?
frosted oatmeal cookie.
And this is a real popular one. So, like I said, I like gourmand, especially in the fall, winter time frame. I think they play really well. Who doesn't like to smell like a sugar cookie during the holidays?
I don't.
Me neither.
Hush it. This is Joe Malone. This was one of their limited
So this
editions.
one-
Excuse me. And this is ginger biscuit. I'm a ginger fan, so I like it. Like I said, I like food. I'm a foodie, so I like anything that smells like food.
That one I
This
smell.
really smells like a ginger snap.
Snap.
Yeah.
I'll walk around
I
smelling
might
like
not.
food.
I might not want to
yeah.
smell like a
Yeah.
ginger.
You like that?
A
This is-
sugar
yeah.
cookie, but I might want to
It's
smell
like
like a
a
ginger
ginger
snap.
You know, because you're a little bitter at times.
Oh.
I'm joking. I'm still joking.
They call it spicy.
Okay, all right,
See if
we'll
this
take
one
it.
has- No, this one don't have the notes.
Let me ask you this:
a
being
Yeah,
being,
I like
being
this
married,
one a lot.
does your husband like a specific fragrance that you
Anything
wear?
that I put on.
Anything that
He
you put
better.
on?
He better.
Okay,
He better. He ain't got no
He's like, oh,
choice.
you smell so good. I can wear anything.
Okay, all right.
I didn't know where that next line was going. I was like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, anything fragrance related.
like,
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Next.
What is it? Happy wife, happy life.
So this last one is 24K Pure Gold by Lancôme, and this one is a TikTok
Look, I like that.
popular, just like what is it, the Yara? Y'all hear about the Yara ones?
When
This
you-
is a real popular one. I don't even know what this one is. I can't remember. It's like strawberry vanilla or something.
Look, I don't
Is
know.
that one
It
that
just
we
smells
saw on the shelves? Like,
But this one's real popular.
I want to say that you all were saying was real popular. I had never heard of it.
I don't think
But
the
it
strip is doing this
smells
one
like-
justice.
And this
It
is
was
like
all gourmands.
This was like $22 or something.
Yeah,
it
this
was
is not
really
performing on
expensive.
paper because when I spray
Yeah,
this,
you spray it on
yeah,
the
you
skin.
spray-
It
this-
smells good.
spray it on my skin.
Uh-oh.
I
Yeah,
got-
it smells
I'll
better
smell
on the
you.
skin. They smell much better on the skin.
You put a dent in this.
I know. I like
She
that
likes
one.
it.
Now, how long have you owned this?
Probably like a month.
Okay.
2 months.
So you get a lot of your stuff from TikTok.
No, I don't.
Recommendation.
I tried that one again. Some of the stuff is just
Smells
I probably
affiliate
smell
stuff.
something. I probably smell something in my hand.
Like selling, these two.
But now I feel like I didn't get the full. I don't know. I can go back to this one. I'll let it dry down
Yeah, let it
some.
dry down.
But yeah, so that's what I have.
So why did you choose to bring these
That's a
today?
great question.
So just something different. Like I say, I like the ginger biscuit. I thought you guys might want to try this one because I don't really hear a lot of people talk about the ginger
Yeah, I've
biscuit
never seen
one.
that one. That's really good.
And then these two because they were more of like those popular, like you guys were talking about some. So just to see what people are buying, and a lot of them do it with just blind buying because people go in there and say this is popular, and if something goes viral, people will trust that and they'll go spend it. But it's like trust $20 or do you pay $300? And so
Fair enough.
a lot of people do this. I just wanted you guys to get a feel of what people are like, stuff that people go out. But these were two of the popular ones. So I said, let me just try to do something a little different from the $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 fragrances we like the.
Okay.
No,
show, so.
you think it. So I'm not on TikTok, so I didn't know about this. So I'm waiting for it to dry. But like, even when it comes to you said, because Amazon, like, I'm gathering this was something you might like, right? And so I'm gathering Amazon chose that based on other things that you bought.
Buy things like that,
Yeah.
And then just looking for stuff like notes that I wanted to try because I was doing stuff like I think you did a previous episode with Suits where he talked about matching fragrances with outfits, and so I was doing a lot of that where I was trying to find fall gourmands, browns, because I was into those colors, browns, creams, and so I was trying to find things to go with that. And if you notice, all of these colors are the same. So that was what I was doing, a fall type.
You should tell people what your channel is.
My channel is fashionably_styled with 2 S's, and I'm on pretty much all social media platforms. So
okay.
And so what do you do with it? Like
just show different fashions. Some of it I'll do like clothes under $50, or I match fragrances and outfits, just different things. Giving
you
them
do well with that. I like when I see you with that kind of
different
that
little
type of concept from
styles,
you.
giving them ideas for like what to wear for fall, what to wear out date night, just different things. What to wear when you're at a fragrance company.
Hey, we're not gonna listen to her there. No. What's your favorite note?
My favorite note is rose. And then after rose, I do a lot of gourmands. I like vanillas. Like I said, the ginger. I'm a foodie, so y'all know I love to eat. So anything with like chocolate, I love those. And then another thing I want to say real quick is I diversify with notes because I like all different types of notes. I know you're going to say, no, you don't like sandal. But I do like, I was telling you, I like stuff like spa. Like I like aquatic and spa type fragrances when I get out the shower. I like putting those on, or during the summertime. I love wearing aquatic and spa. Like I love eucalyptus, mint, rosemary. I love those types of things.
Citrus.
Bergamont's
citrus
a given.
I love me some
citrus.
bergamot. Yeah.
I love all of that, like shower or relaxation or before I go to bed. I love wearing.
They were really trying to
scents.
sell me a scent based on. Picture this.
I
You
remember.
get out the shower.
Because I feel like they
Yes,
set different
candles
ones set the
burning.
mood. We always talk
Yes,
about
the
that.
candles
Certain
burning,
things
like-
set the mood. And that's why I was saying like this, like musk and things that are stronger to me are like, I wouldn't wear those inside the house. Like when I get out the shower, it's like more of going out.
And I'm like, when I'm showering, I'm walking out the house.
Yeah. Shower before they go to bed. I'm just saying different environments. And then like these gourmands, I think of like when you want to get eaten up. Those are like, you smell vanillas.
No, I didn't even know.
You ain't know it was going to go there. You didn't know it was
I
going to
wasn't
go
the
there.
one that
I'm
broke
saying
this.
more
She brought the ice.
they are, all up on you. Like, it smells so good. Not you, you're my brother, but you know what I meant.
I got you.
I think we all know what you meant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think she caught everybody off guard with that comment.
Very much so.
We were all like, wow.
But I grabbed that way because I was just there.
The uncomfortable.
I could have grabbed this way. It would have been appropriate either way.
You said it was my brother, and you said, and then she went to me and was like,
I don't think somebody I can go for.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, like I said, I like to diversify, the collection. So,
Oh, this is hilarious.
I like these. What is outside of Delana? You mentioned that. What is like topping your collection that you really love?
outside of the lineage,
Yeah.
that's hard. I know
Nothing
these are
come
kind
close.
No, nothing comes close to my. You.
I'm about to see.
So let me think. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. I have a few that I like, but there's nothing that comes to that. One that I do like, and I brought on the show. You guys smelled before. It's a completely opposite of it. I like as a go-to is Fleur, father figure.
Okay.
and that's that
was
really
nice.
nice.
I tried to buy it, and it was out when I did.
And then there's another one. I think it's an Armani one. The it's like a aquatic one.
Aquadisio?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's like in a turquoise circle bottle. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to look at that.
Yeah, I like those. I'm like aquatic. I like aquatic stuff too, outside of rose.
I was going to ask you this. So you have two young children. I guess you can consider them young. Are they into fragrances?
Yes. My 8-year-old is definitely into everything that I have. She's like, "Mommy, can I put some of your perfume on?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead."
How did she get into it? Just because it's you?
Because it's me. She
Okay.
wants to be me, basically.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, I don't know any other way to put it.
Yeah.
That's my twin.
Okay.
But the oldest one, Amore, she likes her. She's real mellow though, so she like if I give her something, she's like, "Okay, I'll wear it." So she does like some of the Fleur, like vanilla skin. I think I gave her the caramel skin, and she wears it. with lotion. She'll like pair it with her like lotion. So they're getting into fragrances. So
When did you get into fragrances? Because I remember growing up and you stayed with some Bath and Body Works.
Yes.
And then
I think that
Victoria's
was my
Secret body
Victoria's
spray.
Secret, yeah.
Y'all own like 20 different of those bottles.
We made around 20 different bottles, but for me, I always had one fragrance from each of them. I never had like, I smelled like this on one day, this on one day. When I wore Sun Ripened Raspberry, I only wore Sun Ripened Raspberry. That is it.
Okay.
Like I didn't stray.
Okay.
yeah. I think that was my extent of it was Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works stuff growing up, and then more recently, thanks to you, I started to get into more of let's do this.
Okay.
And now my pockets.
Michelle would have never met you.
yes.
I guess.
Yeah, so I think because, you can be eaten up over here. I'm gonna stick with that theme and go to Nigel for this next big reveal. Let's talk about the story.
So I'll start with this. So Elemental, how I got to their location is because one of our previous guests, Joy, good friends, that actually came out to eat with us after on last night. Came out to eat with us at dinner. But the second day she got there, she was like, "Hey, there's another event going on down the street. Hey, I should go here." And they actually didn't get a booth this year. They're down the street. So, all right, cool, thank you. Then I sent it to everybody and I said, let's go down here. So then we start walking. Of course, you do what you do, and Kareem is in stride with you. And me being the slow walker that I am, I held the rail down.
Slow walker, slow talker, slow
Oh my
thinker.
gosh, slow thinker.
Yes, whatever. So we get there, and they're still setting up. And so we sit down, and then eventually they're set up. Turns out the owner of this brand, creator, is also a frat brother of his.
Yes.
So that was like, all these things are starting to just align. The
starting to
stars are aligning in New York.
Shout out to Luke Solomon, by the way.
So when we're in there, I'm just randomly talking and everything. And then y'all start going through the assortment, coming down the road. And it was like, oh, you're going to like this. You're going to like this. And I smelled something. The one y'all thought I was going to buy, I went to the other side of the equation.
Yes.
On this.
How many? It was like 20 fragrances.
It may have been almost 20 fragrances.
It was a lot of fragrances on display there.
Yes, there's a lot. So this one took me back to my childhood. So one of my favorite candies that were probably worst on your teeth, a Lemonhead. When you smelled this, I could never get that out of my head, but it took me back to childhood. And that's really the reason why I got it. I don't know where I'm gonna wear this to, but I just had to get it because it gave me a memory that I just could never
Air
just
freshener.
And I mean, it's very sweet, but it's also it's nothing subtle about it.
Let's dive into it.
Let's see if
Do you know the notes?
I am. I'm
Okay.
spray it first for y'all.
it's a nice.
I was gonna hope for the big
display.
reveal.
Yeah.
So on all his bottles, he has a number like the 48. So when you go to the page, you'll find, if you don't know the name of the thing, I need number 2. You'll go there and you'll find number 2 match with the name. So just in case you don't really remember the name.
Was this sprayed on?
I was about to say,
this
these
is.
were.
Those the ones we used.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of these have been used.
Okay. I'll put them all over there.
So
What do you think?
It smells like Lemonhead.
It smells like lemon air freshener. You know, like lemon.
Do you like it?
Split. What's that thing? The you use
Pledge?
Pledge.
Do you like it?
No.
Do you like it?
No.
I do. But this isn't something I would wear.
Yeah, not aware. This smells like something you can spray a room.
This is interesting. I would love to see how you would pull this off, because
I don't know where you wear that to.
this might be a fragrance that smells one way in the opening, but then you give it some time and to dry down.
because the crazy, I don't smell the amber musk or sandalwood in it at all right now.
It smells
that's
like
the
Pledge.
base.
I smell musk in this.
It's the base note. So I'm like, but the
spray
very
it
top
before
is
it
lemon
comes over so you
and
have a
verbena,
clean
and in the
smell,
middle,
like a
the mid is
house.
that pink peppercorn.
This is already transforming.
Is it? So now let's
Bring it back
Bring it
around.
back. I feel like this is a day in the sun. You're on your way to the beach.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still smells like lemon Pledge.
You don't
Like
smell
you
anything
could spray
different.
it in a room.
I actually do
and-
smell something different.
See what I'm saying?
It doesn't smell as lemon heady
You see what I'm saying?
as it did the first go round, or even when we smelled it at the place.
No, it still smells lemon.
No, it's definitely
You're
lemon
You're
for
not
sure.
getting, you're not
But
getting past the lemon.
there
I'm
are
not
other
getting
notes
past
that
the
are
lemon.
coming through as it's drying down.
Yeah, but
That is very true. I don't know that I ever smelled it smelling like that, even while we were at the place.
Right.
I feel like it's good. It's going to transition. I think so. We didn't give it. It's Tony. At a certain point, while we're smelling all these fragrances, you're not really going to wait because you don't even get past that first one because you're going to smell so many. So you're still stuck on that
The lemon.
Now, I'm gonna spray this on the strip for you, and then tomorrow when you wake up, you can let me know what it smells like.
Well, we
We
got
already
that
sprayed
one.
it on the strip.
Well, he said let it sit for a while.
Let it sit.
So that
Is
one
that
also,
one still in your hand, Damali was talking about for this one? You said you wanted to let it dry down. Does it still smell the same on that?
okay, that smells better. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I never smelled the strip. He, when Nigel
yeah.
had
Okay.
decided it's not worth it, then boom, that didn't matter to me. So, but when he sprayed it on his hand, so yeah, that smells good.
The one thing about his line that I've come to find out by talking to another person there that he has unique names for his lines, and they're very kind of explicit.
I
yeah.
saw that looking
Yes.
here. I was
Sexually
like,
explicit.
Yes. So if you're looking for a brand that has very specific needs or very specific terms they're trying to accomplish, this
Yeah.
might be this
might be for you.
right up your alley. Just put the whole collection there. Go from 1 to 30, and I'm pretty sure you'll find everything you need in that collection.
Mm-hmm.
There was
But
this popular oil that they used to sell, like the oil man. It's called Sex on the Beach. And one of those smelled just like that.
Yeah.
That oil.
Mm-hmm.
So what was one?
I think it was called something similar. Or
I don't know if it was Deep Inside Me or Come Inside Me.
There was one. There was one
Yeah.
called Deeper, and then like Deep Inside.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It was I do appreciate the effort he put to setting the mood.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very nice.
That
That was a very good
was
event.
very nice.
And everybody I talked to or
Yeah.
saw
And
there,
they had food and drinks.
they had
That was
a good time. They had a good time. They enjoyed themselves, and we connected. We met a lot of people there.
Yes, that's where I think we connected with the most other content curators that were there,
Yeah.
and that was unexpected because a lot of ones I don't know all of them. And just like, hey, you know who this is? No, I'm like, no, I'm just talking to people at this point. And there's a video of me, and I'm loud as hell, and I was like, they would catch me like, yeah.
So it goes back to one of your questions I think you asked about, I don't know if it's regret or something like that, but what about the after?
So we bought tickets for the after party, and none of us even went. We ended up going out to eat
We get to a point,
and did some other
He
stuff.
started floating.
yeah, I think get to a point where like I was good on the event. I didn't need to be around the people again. I wanted to enjoy my last real night with my friends that were there, and we enjoyed ourselves,
That
and
was nice.
we found someone's lost earring along the way.
Yes.
Yes. Well, not along the way. I found it. I went back to the scene
Of the crime?
Of the crime.
Your own crime though.
Yeah,
Yes.
from your own
Yes.
crime. That's funny. Your own
Yes.
crime.
Oh,
Yeah, you-
okay.
yes.
I can go.
Yes.
So we smelled a lot of fragrances in 3 days,
Mhm.
and I'll say probably 3% of what I smelled, I was actually impressed with.
Mhm.
It was something that I actually liked.
Mhm.
I think it was the Australian brand. Were they Australian?
That's the Brazilian one, the one at the elixir, and then they had
You
a.
really like that one.
So they were Brazilian.
Brazilian.
Okay, yeah.
Saint Bernardino.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, that
Yes.
one.
No, that
Nice.
one was fire.
Nice. But this brand here,
That brand is
Amarud,
nice. Yes.
and you all had
Mad.
some ones that you really loved. I remember smelling this, which is Wet Stone, and I was like, this is nice. I was like, but I'm gonna just keep on moving.
Let
And
me
go ahead.
get this real quick because let me tell you about him because we're trying to buy this thing for him, and every time we would go over. Here he comes. Hey, what are y'all doing over here? We're like, you don't stay the fuck
Right,
away.
we were trying to keep
Like,
him away.
Yes.
No, in all fairness to Kareem, she was not helping. She knew the plan.
And
Literally,
But it's hard to
I'm
try to
walking
keep him away 'cause
away.
he's like, "Where's Nigel? Where's
We're
Steve?
walking
Where's-"
away,
He's looking
and I'm
for
like,
you.
"Oh, Nigel, let's go over here." And Rock starts walking away, and then she turns to Kareem. hey, come on. And I'm like, what the fuck
Because
are you
I
doing?
couldn't just
Like,
because he's smart. He knows if
You know-
if I'm the only one trying to get him away from somewhere, he's gonna pick
You
up
know
quickly.
what?
or we were just walking away and you could have just stayed there with him.
That distraction made me walk over to the Brazilian brand even more. Because that's when I found the Brazilian brand.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with that one. So thank you, Kareem. I found a new fragrance that I want because of you being nosy
Yes.
who you are and on our asses.
Y'all went to this brand like 6 times.
Exactly. He
Like
noticed it
6
every
times.
time, and that's what I'm like.
But I was gifted this fragrance. Thank you for everyone that contributed to this, and I think we should smell it again
Yeah,
now because
see.
I remember opening this just now, and
And you kept talking about it.
the
It's like,
fragrance
oh, it's
jumped
so
out of
good.
the.
I like
it.
it.
Jumps out of the box. Look at this.
That's a clean. That's a clean.
But Damali, you know what's gonna happen with this?
Trash.
Trash.
Okay. But I like the bottle. It's different. I don't think I own anything that's like this. Let me have a strip. Thank you.
Sorry.
But yeah, that brand was. they had
The
some
notes
hitters.
are sea salt, citron, bergamot, ginger,
Yes, thank you.
stone, cardamom, sage, Nootka cypress, ambergris, oud, vetiver, patchouli. These all sound like notes that you like.
For me, this brand,
That's
as soon as you
why I
walked
like
up to it, it wasn't overwhelming. It was just nice. The casing that they have for it. So the elixir ones with the rock, those
They
ones
just
are
don't
the
smell
presentation.
like you thought. It would.
Yeah, it still smells good.
This is nice. This is
Thank
nice.
you. And that's perfect because you guys never agree.
We agree on something.
We agree on some things.
No. Most of the stuff I've seen, y'all are
We
talking
agreed.
about
We
each
agreed that you
other.
like chicken wings in the bed.
We all agree I'm a foodie. I said that.
This house completely is just
That
nice.
is good. Oh my! I
can smell it over here, yeah.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
this is nice.
That's
Like
so good.
if I had to say between, this was probably the best overall
like that?
station for us. I think.
Yeah, in terms of multiple ones that I liked at the table, absolutely this
Yes.
one.
You might have
hands
to have
down.
that for me. That's how me and Damali felt about Citizen Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh yeah, by Michael Malone.
Got it. Brought it on the podcast.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I love that one.
That's one.
No,
just a-
you didn't.
Yes, I did. It was with 3 in one day, and that was one of the ones that the first one I brought on.
You didn't bring no Citizen Jack.
Yes, I did.
Citizen Jack. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dang.
Citizen Jack is the name of the collection,
But
but
that
it's a
one was-
specific
That's the
one
one.
inside the collection.
Yeah.
Is it
That's
absolute?
what I'm saying. No, it's Mojave.
Oh.
Okay.
Mojave. I
Yours
believe
probably
it's
still
called.
smells good.
But I do believe you would like the Mojave. I think that would change your life because
But that smells so
you
good.
it has all of these notes that are lined up with. And this is
I would give
this
that
is
a
really
10 out
good.
of 10 or
this is
9 out of
nice.
10.
This is very nice.
So we did good?
Thank you all for.
Listening, watching you like I like
Yes,
this.
like
Yeah,
a
you kept
hog.
talking about it like 100 times.
Yeah.
You stayed at that section and kept going back to it.
Yeah, you
No,
were
no, I was saying you all did a good job buying the fragrance that I said was good. Yes.
First of
Oh,
all,
yeah.
you know what? Okay, back to
You
this.
can't miss. You can't
For
miss.
everyone who knows him, this man does not like to be celebrated. And so for us to have already been going to New York, we still went out of our way. His birthday has not even happened, but we were like, in order for him to celebrate his birthday,
Be forced.
it has to, he's going to have to be forced. You know, and what better way to do it than beforehand? Because if we
Yes.
would have tried to do it on his birthday,
We wouldn't talk to him, seen him.
Exactly.
yeah, I would have been like, "Hey, let's meet up for ramen." Nah, I don't like ramen today. Something weird. You know what I'm
It would
saying?
have been difficult.
Like, it would have
That's
just
your
been difficult for
Sagittarius
no
right
reason.
there.
So the fact that we were
Difficult.
all able to get up and surprise this man, despite how much he
Yes.
just tries to say we didn't, because we were still operating like normal. You didn't see us buy the cologne, like we were still moving. So
Let me tell y'all about the most inconsiderate food people in the world I've ever experienced. So we're at the space for his dinner. and I decided to get a jerk mac and cheese.
I knew he was gonna bring this up. I knew he was gonna bring this up.
We still talking about that?
Yeah,
Yes,
we still talking
we've
about
all
that.
left that in New
This,
York.
yes, in your stomachs in New York before I even got a bite. So I bought this jerk, and then I said, "Hey, y'all want to sample?" I turned my head.
Actually, I don't even think you offered it.
No, I didn't.
I don't think you
I
offered
did.
it. I think I just put my fork in.
And then everybody went. Before I got back to it, I only had a fourth of it left. And then when I finally ate it, I was like, I see why they did this. But still, I was like, I bought this for me.
No, that mac and cheese was pretty
That
damn
mac
good.
and cheese, I mean, the jerk on it was,
Yeah, that was
really fire. I wish I actually would have got jerk chicken if that was the jerk that they were using.
nice.
Yeah,
It
that-
seemed like a wet rub.
I remember you had got it, and I was like, this got chunks of meat on this. I was like, don't mind if I do. But what made it worse is the moment I ate it, I was like, Baraka here. I took your mac and cheese, passed it to Baraka. She was like, And then I was like, Tracy, Damali here. Reach your fork. And Nigel was like,
I heard about it. They were like, you got to get in on this
And
jerk mac and cheese.
I'm just looking at them. I was like, I can't stand these motherfuckers.
But in our defense, you always order stuff for the table for people to eat.
You were so busy,
so how do we
too.
so how do
And
we
you were
how do
so
we know
busy.
whether this is one of those times or not?
And you know what? I didn't even eat my main because it was too.
You was all over the place.
No.
Oh, no,
I was
he
at
said
a
the food
stop.
was
No,
too
I wasn't.
spicy.
It was
He had
too
the red pepper
spicy,
soup.
and I had to think about the rest of the night. And I said, I
Fair.
wouldn't.
But you were on your feet the whole time. You was at the counter, then you was talking to somebody, and then you came back fighting for hookah.
that hookah was clean. That was a nice, clean
I
hookah.
don't think you really focused on eating. That was just,
Nah, 'cause I was very energy based when it
Yes,
comes to
you
people.
were
So
very energy
everybody was having a good time, and so I'm gonna keep the party going.
and then when you finally slowed down, that's when you realized I don't have anything to eat.
I was hurt, and I could not eat that food.
We could also talk about how Dom Lee ate. How y'all ate like 6 of the wings before you sent them back. Talking about they don't taste like lemon pepper.
They didn't.
They brought back another set of wings, and they still ain't taste like lemon pepper.
No, we didn't get lemon pepper again. We got suya.
Okay.
We didn't.
Okay.
We didn't go for lemon pepper. When
Okay,
we
I'm
got
about to
it
say,
back.
'cause
because we tried somebody else's wings and he had the suya, and I was like, okay, this is flavored. Like
And they were
we
fried
taste
the way we
seasoning,
liked
yeah.
it, so.
So that's when we went back and got those.
Before we end off of your fragrance, right? The first day we got there, when we got to that first restaurant, I think I ate the most and the fastest I've ever eaten in life because I was starving. The one we walked
The
down.
seafood place.
Yes.
Oh, mermaid.
Yes.
The mermaid.
But that food was good.
That
though.
food was very
That food
good.
was really good.
I liked what I had.
Oh, because that's when we got there. It was
Y'all had
time
the-
for
you had the
happy
lobster
hour.
roll.
We got the
Yeah.
calamari,
It's
like
a blur.
the
Oh,
honey
because you didn't even eat
puppies.
it all. You ate like the chunks and then left the bread and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, in the corner.
Yeah.
In the
No,
corner. That
but you
was
know
good.
what was the most
appetizers
impressive?
were good.
Was that rolls?
I'm telling you, that's swordfish.
Oh, I was like the rolls was fire.
Oh nah, with
Nah,
the salt that they
Yeah,
had
the
topped it
butter,
with
yeah.
and
Yes.
the butter.
That was
And the
so
obey, and it was just melted. No, that roll was fire.
You know what? We about to have a next show called "Can We Be Foodies?"
Yeah.
Look,
I'm here for that one. I love it.
Oh, I get to go.
yes.
All right, let's clear your little boxes off the table.
Oh, okay. I'm just.
Oh wait, should I keep this? It's got this little.
I
metal
would.
plate.
I mean, I actually.
Of course you
You
would.
would no, not,
No.
not,
Don't
and
worry
not,
about it. Don't worry
And
about it.
not.
and not doing it.
Because when our gold elixir comes, it's gonna shit on these bottles right here.
Oh.
And the boxes.
First of all, fair.
And Nigel,
Nigga, they
love
Nigel
that.
has been eyeing the display, right?
Yes, I want the case, so now I got to call them. I'll figure that
The
out.
cases were nice. Some of those cases
I
were
gotta get
nice.
that case.
Yeah, no, they were really nice, but that one absolutely was my favorite. But this one was one of the first scents. So this is Oud Tabak. It's also from Amora Oud. And this one, they sprayed it on my forearm.
Mm.
My sweater still smells like it.
Mm.
When I woke up in the morning,
You still
Yeah.
smell
I
it.
still smelled it.
Mm.
So for me, it's holding, and it still smelled so good. This was the first one that I fell in love with at that table. And then the second one was Golden Oud. So I originally was prepared to buy 2 bottles because I was like, I need that one too.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, you know what? I'm going to at least go back home with this Oud Tabak. And I'll give you all the notes after I spray it. But I really enjoyed this. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I drank so much perfume in my glasses of bubbles this weekend.
You kept sitting your glass right there, and they was spraying.
I'm like, good God.
Does the strip do it justice?
I don't know. I don't think it does.
And these are the kind when they dry down. It's
Yeah.
even
Yeah, it's
Like,
still
cause I
nice.
usually don't like tobacco,
Yeah.
This
it's nice.
but
this smells
I-
like Tom
Really?
Ford's
When he's
tobacco vanille, but it's got some other stuff to it too. This is nice. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
It's nice.
This is nice. I like this.
Very nice.
Clearly,
Like,
Like, this is nice.
and I usually don't like tobacco
this-
scents,
Yeah,
but
that's me. I don't.
I
like
must have
leather.
missed this because
see what I'm saying? I
they
like
had so many things that smell good.
it smell great.
It was just a
That
great.
counter was the.
It was a great.
That was my
brand.
favorite one.
That was my favorite.
And the
counter.
guy that was doing
Very-
the spraying, he was very friendly, talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They was like, hey, if you can't get here, hey, just email us. Well, we'll build the code for you. Get it. Hey, just call me if you need. If you can't get through, call me, and we'll just figure it out. They were the most personable station. I feel like.
Even when we came
No,
back,
no.
No, I know for me, it was not for my.
The first day we went, whatever brand that was,
Oh, the front?
House.
houses disdain.
Yeah,
It's the launching one.
that guy was
Oh, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
pretty.
I mean, that's their line. I mean, yes,
Perfumes
but they
to
were the
Marley
big.
also. The
Yeah, he did a
shout
good
out,
job.
shout out. I don't know his name, but he was
His name was
very.
AJ. He was very
AJ?
friendly. Yeah.
Shout out to AJ. He was very friendly, very personable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
like
not
that.
knocking that, but those are one's a major brand that's just they're in the forefront, so they're going
Easier,
they're
yeah.
No, because there was a brand. I'm not going to say the name of it, but the woman was kind of smug.
I didn't like the brand. I know. Yes, I love the fragrance, but it was. I think 'cause it was like they were very offish.
She was very smug. Like I think it was called dark amber or something.
Yes,
and
that was
that
the
fragrance smelled very
Yes.
good.
Yes,
But somebody said something to her, and she was just like,
Oh well.
Nigel,
Yeah.
I think Nigel likes this.
I do.
I think Nigel likes this.
This
"Do you like tobacco?"
I do like. I got a couple tobacco things.
No, I don't mean like in hookah, obviously, right? and not in cigars. I don't mean that either, right? But in your fragrance.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, and I usually don't, but this one, like, I woke
This
up,
is
it
nice.
still
That's
smelled.
surprising.
Yeah, it says
You like
Jazz Club.
tobacco.
It smells
yeah.
very warm, and also by the fireplace.
And-
You
yeah.
like
Those,
that one? I don't like
I like it. I like
There's
it.
something in by the fireplace.
I
I don't
had
like. It's like that
to-
medicinal.
It's
stuff.
like the,
It's a dry down and by the fireplace that really allows you to enjoy the fragrance, because I did get a sample. Kareem convinced me, and rightfully so. Girl, buy that sample first. And I bought the sample, and when I first sprayed it, I was like, no. But then I let it. It sat on me all day,
Mhm,
and by the time the end, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm in
That
it.
must be the beginning.
I'm in
'cause
it,
I
yeah.
can't get
the
past
one thing
the
we also
medicinal.
found out, me and her found out we have an unhealthy love for candles because we
Oh.
had, 'cause I wanna go-
We in the food
unhealthy.
court, and y'all had
I
ordered
can't
like
even
50
eat.
candles.
I can't
Yes,
even eat.
yes.
And couldn't even, and there was a limit on how many you
Yeah.
could get.
I know.
And then I totally forgot after we couldn't place the initial order. I said, "Okay, cool, I'm in line." Then then the next day, did you order your candles? No, I didn't. And I was
Right.
like, "Can I still do it?" I
Yes.
ordered 19 of them bad boys the next
I
day.
ordered 24, but
And-
Nigel was funny because I was like, oh, I like this one. He was like, give me two. Oh, I like, give me one. Give me two. Give
Y'all
me four. I was
love
like,
Yeah.
oh, we in
and,
there.
and one of my favorite candles that I have at the house is a Tabasco whiskey. They have, and then they have a brandy one as well. It's
So like the leather and brandy, Bath
Yankee
and Body
candle.
Works.
Bath
and Body Works.
Bath
Yeah.
and Body Works. Okay.
yeah, I like the smell of it when it's mixed appropriately. I just don't want tobacco itself because if it's not mixed,
Smell
it's,
like
Now, Kareem knows the soaps. He's always like, what is going on with all these
Now,
soaps
her
that you get?
bathroom soap game is top tier. Top tier. She'll have like cotton candy, whiskey, lemon, and somehow all of that mixed together, and it just smells divine. I'll be like, "Hey, I'll be back. I gotta wash my hands." Let me just wash my hands like this.
All right, so let me give y'all the notes for this. So at the start, saffron, ginger, coriander, and heliotrope. The heart is refreshing with hints of oud, tobacco, olibanum, and amberwood, while the base is filled with distinct notes of cedar, labdanum, musk, and bourbon vanilla. I literally woke up and just kept smelling my arm.
And this is a parfum or an extrait.
This is parfum. This is the extra.
Yeah.
The extras had the jewel on top.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
yes, this is the parfum.
Okay.
Yes, the
Okay.
one. So
Yeah.
the one we want, golden oud, is an extract. Yeah,
Like, don't worry about
Look
it.
at you.
It will be here soon.
it was. I really did enjoy this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is. Oh, I mean, it's my second takeaway because my first one is Valaya, but
And that's no good too. That's my first time. That's my first time smelling that.
Valaya was on my list.
So you would get that?
Yes, I am going to get it.
Oh,
It's the
oh,
layering.
oh.
I also like the one that the D got too. The purple bottle.
I can't remember the purple one.
You talking about the one that pairs perfectly with Nigel and
Yes.
his fragrance?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, I hate y'all.
Yes.
I can't find it real quick. There's a one brand at the tail end of the day that their shipment got stuck in customs in Chicago, and it was ultimate. One of the ones I bought was goodness.
I can pick it up when I fly back there.
You could. It wasn't. I love their fragrances. And I wanted to buy the bottle, and then when I was going to buy the bottle, some guy that they promised the day prior to came back because I was swooping in.
Nigel had us waiting there. It was like 2:30. He was like, "Well, I got to come back at 4:45." We like, bruh, we not trying to wait. Like, and he did all of that and still didn't get the fragrance.
Well,
but he did get some samples.
He got
of
some
it.
samples.
Yeah.
I mean, no, not. So for me, that's bigger than a sample, right?
Like
so it
travel.
wasn't
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
it was a travel size.
Absolutely.
It was
What's
like
that?
a
5 ml, 10 ml.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah.
That was it.
It was worth that. I mean, he gave me two. They gave me two of them that were for $50 together. Because they were going to give me both the big bottles for $200. But I probably would have bought more of them because they were doing prices like that. I was like, oh, just have this collection. You know what?
I only smelled like 2 on that table that I really did enjoy.
I don't think-
and I liked both of the ones.
Oh, the
that
cherry
you
one.
liked.
The cherry one that
the cherry one?
Kels put us on to. That one was very nice.
Yeah.
So, that was like when we first walked in.
Yeah.
I didn't like the cherry one, but that jasmine freak, and I'm not even.
Oh
a
no.
jasmine-
We're talking about two different ones. You're talking about
when you first walk in, yeah.
You're talking about room something. It's
This
a different
one
Yeah,
was
brand.
because it
Yeah.
hasn't come out yet.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
this one was further back.
yeah. No, we're talking about the one that was all the way in the back on the right.
The one that you got the sample, the one that you
Yeah,
got the
yeah, the
sample.
one he got the
Okay,
samples from.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
As I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking of takeaways, some more takeaways. One thing I know about Nigel, I can't say he work hard, but he play hard. And if he wants something, he gonna go get
for
it.
it, yeah.
He gonna
With
go
that
buy it.
coffee fragrance you were thinking about, the one he
Oh yeah, that's kind of funny.
Are you a coffee fragrance?
Oh, he espresso martini every day.
Yeah, I'm,
He come over here. He like,
I
can you make me some coffee? I'm like, bruh, what the hell?
You look like
I enjoy an espresso martini, so good for you.
my theory is like I work hard every day for work, and I put in years to do whatever, and I put the effort in. So when I get a chance to relax and just let my personality shine outside of work, I'm gonna give the world my energy because I do enough for my career that I need to have an outlet and make people smile and laugh and make it a presence. Because every time I want someone to always have a takeaway. I'm like,
He was a pleasant person to be around.
yeah, it's fun.
Or
It
a
was like-
piece of. Good.
he provided energy, didn't want nothing, wasn't like chaotic, didn't cause you a problem. This was a good time. At the end of the day, like, okay,
Has it
I
been
can
borderline?
say what?
That's
know
been
what?
borderline.
I mean, for some people they are, but for me, this is my outlet on life. You know, I enjoy being around people, just like communicating with people, like making people laugh and smile.
You
like,
do
bro,
that. Oh,
yeah,
yes, you
that's
definitely
me.
do that.
And then when it's time for me to shut down, I'm gonna shut down.
Yeah.
I.e.,
Yes, you do both of those.
when I couldn't get in the room, you know. But yeah, this overall trip for me, we can go ahead and close out too, because it just was a blessing overall, and like I cannot say the importance of meeting the people that actually follow our page and actually making a real connection and just like talking to them after and actually being
nice.
now making friendships with them. And I'm like, hey, we'll come to the area. Personally, they'll fly from Houston. Let me know when. And then just giving me new ideas and how I can approach like spreading our brand and just staying connected and staying level. I think that's the big thing. Knowing how to stay level with the people versus the brands. And that's the biggest takeaway.
That's a good takeaway, Kareem.
Um, Shout out to Kia and Joy. They were pleasant to see and be around. We were talking about how you all had got me a fragrance when you didn't have to do that. So thank you to you all. But with them, they kind of stopped what they were doing as people are walking by that I don't even know, and they're grabbing them and like, hey, have you met Kareem? He's on Can We Be Fragrant? You should check out his podcast. They didn't have to do that. I have people, I haven't known them probably 6 months. I got people I've known 20 years that don't support me like that, which is kind of weird within itself. But to see people that care, believe in you, support you like that, you can't put a price tag on that. So shout out to them. Thank you.
Rock, closing thoughts?
No. Well, that's my whole thing for the trip. I'm always the first one to go in, so I have nothing.
Yeah. Well,
You always you have something, because I remember when I came to you with this idea, and you was like, "What do you need?" You know, you need I needed a camera. You was like, "Here's some money." You helped me get started off the ground. So thank you to you. You know, you can't. I don't know if I said this before, but like how we were taught, if you really appreciate something, you say thank you more than once. You know what I'm saying? So like just saying it once isn't enough. So thank you.
Okay, so he gave you final thoughts.
Yeah. I crashed out.
Yeah, all that sleep in the car.
Yeah, thank you.
It just wore you out.
All her meditation, her eyes are.
I do meditate.
Nah, this was a really fun time this weekend. I don't know what I expected going in.
Not
with
this.
Nah, I mean, and honestly, like you all were a really big treat. Like just being around you guys, laughing. Like I laughed so much this weekend.
No, absolutely.
Oh my
So
goodness.
many jokes.
My
There was so
stomach.
much love
34,
around.
34. Where we going? 34th Street.
Yes.
So to the people that don't know, without taking away from Damali, we had to get an Uber, and somebody asked for the directions, and Nigel was like 34, 34, 34, and we was like, wait, what? What is that?
That's not an address.
No, nobody speaks Nigel.
In New York, and you say 34. We need to go anywhere on 34.
Yeah. So that's just one example of the many laughs that we had and the takeaways. I really enjoyed the conference. I don't know. I like to see. I don't know if I skip a year or go back. Like I don't know, but I would go back.
Yeah,
I definitely would go back. But now they got me thinking like, do I want to go to the one here or do I want to go to Paris? Like
completely different. Completely
I
different.
Would, I would like to see what events. Maybe not Paris. That means everybody gonna be speaking
I
French.
thought it was Milan.
It was one in Milan and one in Paris. It was one in Paris and but
He got invited to.
yes, in March. And then there's also one in Milan. But I will say every time I go to Italy, I always buy a new fragrance. Like I feel like they
So
have
maybe
some
we need to go
definitely
take a trip.
some top
Yeah, make a trip.
Yeah, some top fragrances over there.
Because y'all love my jacket so much.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'd like to thank you all for inviting me and Rock to host today.
Thank you.
You know, this has been a fun time. The fact that for real, we literally just got off the road and
Came in here and decided to
came in
record.
and like, hey, let's record while this is fresh. Like this has been a real treat. Yeah, and I really have fun. And I know when I do come next time, I want to have all the merch. Like
Yeah,
I was just like, damn, all right, we fucking up. We like,
Yeah. No, that helps to wear them.
yeah, like I like it, and because I feel like you all have some very you know, some very fashion like things that I would wear. I'm not sure how often you talk about it, but where can people buy merch?
You can get us on canwebefragrant.com. Everything is on there. Episodes, anything you see us wearing, well, that's related to the show, not
jumpsuit.
not your onesie.
Well, you can visit my fashionably _ style with 2 S's.
To know where to get the onesie.
Yes, to get the onesie.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
This
thank
has
you
been a
for
time.
thank you for your time. We out. Peace.
Bye.